Center of Mid-Missouri, and he's the host of TTBS, the podcast. Here's Tom Bradley.
Thank you, Nikki Garman, live from Truman's Bar and Grill, where I've got to explain to you something new they've started, and it makes me think of an upside-down pineapple. Do you have any idea what an upside-down pineapple is the symbol for, what it says?
No, I thought pineapples were somehow, like, dirty, or they had, like, a connotation to them. No.
You're right there. Not a regular pineapple, you know?
An upside-down pineapple.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, a regular pineapple, like Dole, grown in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And you eat that thing?
Yeah.
This is a pineapple, like, hanging upside down, like, on your door at a resort.
Yes.
It means that...
This is swingers, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, you do... Oh, I see.
I stepped into that one.
I see how
I saw something online one time, okay? There was an article. I read the articles. Leave me alone.
So here's what, and now you'll know why I bring this up. The Trumans have started something on the weekends. It's called Wristband Weekends.
Oh.
Wristband Weekends.
Uh-huh. Where are you going with what's Truman starting?
If you're wearing a green wristband, you're single.
Oh, okay.
If you're wearing a yellow, it means you're open. Now, I'm not sure if I know the difference between those two.
Yeah.
Because if you're putting on a green wristband, it's like, hey, I'm single. Everybody, I'm single. Right?
Yeah.
You put a yellow one, I'm open. It's like, we know. You already... So I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Red means taken.
Oh, okay. So just don't. That used to be a wedding ring, but now I guess you could wear a yellow band with a wedding ring.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
That's double protection.
Yeah.
It's like if there's some voodoo going on. You got to keep it at bay. Do that and carry some old chicken bones in your pocket or a little bag. Shake them like that. But Truman's is doing that. Grab a wristband at the door and mingle, it says, on the weekends at Truman's.
All right.
Deb, I'm going to let you know right now, if I'm here at Truman's, if I wear a band at all, it's going to be, besides my wedding band, it'll be the red one.
The red one, yeah.
Taken.
I went so far, I don't know if I can say, I literally have a tattoo of a wedding ring because I lost 4 wedding rings, and it got really frustrating because I'd fluctuate my weight.
Did you lose them on the wristband weekends?
No, never.
Okay,
never.
I didn't know what was going on.
No, I was like, I wanted a permanent showing of, like, you're going to have to chop my finger off if this thing's ever over.
That's actually a really neat idea. That
Plus,
really
it was
is.
$50. I spent $50 on each of those wedding rings, and they disappeared. They're gone.
And you're taking this one with you.
Oh, it's
So
it has to take the finger off.
This is Ellis Bennis from FloatingAxe.com, who, by the way, is running about 3.5 hours sleep from last night. You have been working so hard on a number of things, including for your clients.
Yeah.
And we'll mention one of those in a moment. But that includes a project we're working on together, Music Beagle.
Yep.
Oh. And the Beagle is going to be there for you, hunting live music. And all the details will be coming up not this morning.
No.
But it could be next Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm not teasing people. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Just get ready. Maybe see if they could find it. Like, they should see if they could hunt anything down. Like, leave a comment somewhere. That'd be kind of fun.
Music
Beagle.
Just like that. I have a couple things I want to say that are on the very serious note. One is our guests today are going to be from Columbia's St. Raymond's Society, a maternity home for pregnant women, with the co-founders, Mike Henges, as well as Steve Smith. And as serious as this is with women who are pregnant, I'm going to say young women because at my age, they're all a lot younger than me. The young
women your age typically don't get pregnant.
Not unless it's some story from the Old Testament. God says, Sarah, you shall bear a child in your old years. Do you know that she laughed, right?
Yeah, she did.
She laughed. God, you're funny.
Yep.
You're funny on this thing. I'm going to bring up something else very serious. As I read this from Como Buzz this morning, comobuzz.com, the 16-year-old girl from Moberly that we've been looking for since last week, she is no more. The body has been found of Kayla Huff, found in the Rudolph Bennett Conservation Area. I've been there a number of times with Little Man Bradley hunting. I know the area well, and it's hilly and it's very, very wooded. It's not a huge conservation area as they go in Missouri, but it is. And 3 people are facing kidnapping and murder charges. 20-year-old, 19-year-old, 23-year-old, saying they beat and shot this young girl. My stomach is in knots about it this morning when I saw that, and I've heard a lot of people talking about it on the streets. I'll run into somebody and they're like, "Have you heard anything about this yet?" And that's an update. And I know that that this is ultimately a podcast which gets put on a shelf that people can pull off at any time. And I know that we're very local. We bring up something like that. But this kind of stuff happens around the world.
Oh, yeah.
And it happens across the United States. And I'm not going to let the news – it broke this morning just a little bit before I was finishing up at the office and coming in.
Oh, yeah, it
And-
says posted 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it on Como Buzz right now.
and I can't act like this isn't out there.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure that I addressed it. And we'll be having another serious conversation as we get into our guests today. And I think on that serious note, it's going to be uplifting. And there's a lot of joy being found and giving and sharing. So we'll get into that. Speaking of that, I want to thank TTBS longtime friend Craig Steester for the suggestion and the connection to make that happen today for the podcast. He's a good guy, and thank you, Craig. I appreciate it. At the end of the podcast, obviously, keeping your eye on the crap with Family Focus Eye Care. Today, it will not piss you off. You'll laugh.
So there's no actual feces today, I really hope.
No.
Please, no.
No. in
You know
fact,
you can't promise that?
it's going to be one of the most crass
Oh, boy.
and funny and let's call it informative.
Oh, okay.
Keep your eye on the crap that I've ever had. And
Okay.
so it's something I came across, and I think that
I'm both excited and nervous.
I don't blame you. You're not carrying any of that with you right now, though, because you did a purge before the. Isn't that what you said?
Yes,
You said I'm doing
Thank you
a
for
purge.
sharing.
All
That
right.
was really important to cover.
That is not our big announcement of the week, but our big announcement is here. I don't know why I felt like I was going to have to share that thing, and it just had to happen. Okay, our big announcement brought to you by Creekside Pet Center and Bed and Biscuit and Dirty Harry's, and they're all taking care of you as part of MidMoDogBoarding.com, which, by the way, at Creekside next week, Deb, we got to look into this for Daisy Jane. It's their summer camp. It is welcome to Camp Creekside.
That's cool.
Summer camp for dogs, and they're going to do it all: swimming, campfire crafts, campground photos, grilled hot dogs,
Yeah.
popsicles,
All right.
enrichment
Wouldn't
activities.
it be pup sickles?
Nice job. I usually rely on myself to take care of those things, but your lack of sleep.
Yeah, it's real. The
Yes.
delirium has really got me sharp, man.
Opened it up. As I've said for years, you got to be willing to dance on the wire in front of a crowd, and you're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Plus, your pups making the best camp memories with their besties. It's next week. It is 3 days of summer camp going on at Creekside. They're crazy that they do this thing.
That's
with
what.
it.
And now, will it be like the overnight camp, like they stay in, or is it just you bring them each day?
No,
kind of a day
because we
camp?
can't trust them to stay in their own sleeping bags at night.
Which is why there's a spay and neuter rule at
Right.
Creekside, right?
Right. They should have
Well,
had that at my
but
summer
Jacob
camp.
was talking about they have these like private suites that actually have like cameras where you can check in on your dogs
Dude,
and stuff like that.
Our
Have
dogs
you?
have been there.
Yeah, you've used one of those, right?
Oh, and
Daisy
then
has stayed
you're
in one.
sitting out on the beach.
Yeah.
All right. And you're like, how's the surf? You're like, I don't know. I'm watching my
I'm
dog.
watching my dog.
And when they said that, I go, well, you can give me the link, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm never gonna.
I'm there in the middle of the night watching. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, well, they're sleeping.
Yeah.
I miss them. All right, here's your big announcement of the week. Last week, you talked about that new statute in Missouri going into effect that's going to protect us from these
Yes.
bastards who are all trying to sue us on ADA compliance with our
Yeah.
websites.
Yep.
It's insanity at its best. And we know we talked with a guest, and that'll be Rike Fulich, who was here with Show Me Barbecue Sauce. Did you catch the news that they also had over the last week? Show Me
No.
Barbecue Sauce had?
No. Is it? Oh, please be good.
We're incredibly humbled and honored to share that Show Me Barbecue Sauce. It's right here in Columbia, the center of Missouri, which is the center of the United States, and as far as I'm concerned, the center of the universe.
Universe.
Show Me Barbecue Sauce has been named the national SBA. SBA stands for Small Business Administration. The National SBA Exporter of the Year.
Whoa.
What the hell is that?
Yeah,
That's
that's
amazing.
awesome.
We have people around the world that have found out how good this stuff is. And by the way, a day doesn't go by with me not having Show Me Barbecue Sauce habanero in my house.
That's awesome, man.
Is
Hey,
so damn
did you
good.
see the tag on this? It says tagged in Washington D.C.
Oh, yeah.
Like they went to D.C. for
Yes.
this recognition.
Yes.
So this isn't a state thing. This is like the exporter from the country
yeah.
of the year.
Well, and this is legal. There's probably people sending out weed and stuff all over the place. But That doesn't count.
No, that comes in. I don't think that
Yeah.
goes out.
That does not count.
We're a drug importer,
That's
Tom. Come
probably
on.
true. That's probably true.
No, nobody
Yeah.
is sneaking into Mexico with drugs, Tom. It only comes this way.
And they're thanking their fans and
That's
their team
awesome.
and everybody else. We've always been proud to be made in the USA, and so they are. And there are people around the world that will export like a pallet of that stuff
This
and
is
sell it in their village.
Great
wherever
for
they are.
them. That is awesome.
Kenya when they're doing goat barbecues. And you know what I'm saying.
Oh, next time we see him, we should ask him what the strangest meat is that Show Me Barbecue has ever been used on. That would be a cool thing to know.
That they're aware of.
That they're aware of, yeah.
How do you think ostrich would taste?
I'll try it with Show Me Barbecue. I'll absolutely try it.
I like your attitude because I think that's exactly what you should do. Coming up also at the end of the podcast, we'll have an I-70, Improve I-70 update with Emery Sapp and Sons, and we had that groundbreaking last week,
Yep.
and I was there.
You got to blow stuff up.
Not last week I did.
No,
that was the week before. It is time to bring on our guests this morning, and I don't know if you know what St. Raymond's is or not, and I don't expect you to. Maybe you do. I really did not, and thank you, Craig Caesar, for bringing this to my attention. So we say good morning now to the co-founders of St. Raymond's, which is here in Columbia, and that's Mike Henches and Steve Smith. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I did their cameras backwards. So this is Mike, and this is Steve. There we go.
when the
When you
introductions-
introduced them, I got it backwards. So I wanted to clarify who was who
works
there.
out just fine. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this thing. I want to say right up front, we were sharing so many stories before the podcast got underway, and we were having a blast laughing and joking about stuff over here. Right. We're still going to have fun talking about this, but I want to understand and learn more about what St. Raymond's is, and I have a feeling that it's something that I truly believe in. So, in your own words, who would like to give me a few sentences on what St. Raymond's is?
Sure, I'll start. We are an organization that help women with unplanned pregnancies, and we help them long term. So about 16 years ago, Mike came to me with an idea about starting an organization here in central Missouri that helps women, especially after the baby's born. We were having a hard time finding resources for once the baby was born for a long period of time. So we started the organization with the idea of being able to invite women into a safe environment and to, both with love and accountability, help them prepare for a future where they can take care of their family.
I mean, this is a physical home.
Oh, absolutely.
So it starts off with you bringing them in, sheltering them,
Yes.
caring for them, helping
Yes.
them, giving them the support emotionally, spiritually that they need.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs that when you're in the middle of welcoming a new person into this world.
Absolutely.
There's a lot. I don't know why people are like, oh, it's such a happy time and it's so wonderful. It's like,
It's tough.
it's really tough.
It's really tough, especially when you don't have help
yeah.
and don't have a place to go.
Yeah.
When you're living in your car, that's not ideal.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
you know,
I can't imagine living in your car ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be pregnant,
yeah.
Yeah,
with the stress going on with that, yeah.
one point of clarification on that. Yes, we do sometimes meet women while they're still pregnant, but sometimes they've already had the child, and we might, start our relationship with them when they have a baby or a toddler already, and they can come live with us.
The other thing is, like, you thought it was bad worrying about getting ready for a child. Now you've got
now
one.
you got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most women I know are like, some point in the first few months of the child's life, they're like, this was a lot easier when the kid was inside me.
Amen.
Right. So
Yeah,
we're
that's
more of
really-
a post-maternity home compared to maybe maternity homes of yesteryear where you lived there while you were pregnant and then you would move out as soon as the baby was born. That's kind of when we grab the baton and they stay with us as long as they need to with their children.
Mike, tell me about the idea, and if you saw it that way in the beginning on how this would operate. But if you describe when you came up with this was because why? Why did you come up with this?
Well, as Steve mentioned, it really started when I was invited to go out to Washington, D.C. for the annual March for Life, and it was on that long bus ride home that the idea for this came about, because I could see help for these women during their pregnancies, but I thought to myself, who's helping them after the baby's born when the going gets tough? I didn't see that. So I just threw up a little prayer. I hope somebody gets something started to address this need. And a thought kind of boomeranged back on me and said, how about you, Mike?
Don't
How
you
about
hate
you
when
get something
He's good
started?
at that, isn't
Oh,
he?
yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
should really do this. And the
Yeah.
Lord said,
Yeah, that's right. That's how it got started. And I wrestled with that.
I was joking. I didn't mean we
Yeah.
really
yeah,
need
yeah.
to do
I
this
said
thing.
somebody
Yeah.
else.
That's exactly right. And I wrestled with that thought for many years until I decided to vocalize it to my wife, who was supportive, and then ultimately to a little faith sharing group that Steve was a part of, and he immediately said, let's go.
Let me go back to that trip that you had. Was that the first and only time you went to D.C. for that?
That was the first time I went. I did go a second time
Okay.
about 4 years later.
So you are someone who believes in the unborn right to life.
Yes.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes.
But I've never strayed away from these conversations on my show in the last
Yes.
20 years. I believe this is a reality of our world.
Yes.
During that time, you were wondering what would happen if somebody suddenly made abortion illegal? Is that what you said?
Exactly.
And
Yep.
then, lo and behold,
I thought, what if ever we need to get something going in case that ever happens?
Yeah, yeah. It is. While the controversy on both sides, and we talk about a right to abort, a right to choose, a right to life, and these things, I always look at it and go, most of the people I know who have even been anywhere close to, if not absolutely involved in an abortion, none of them generally go, yesterday was a good day. You know what I did? That's not what they do. Typically, when someone is facing, and even if they make that choice, it's very personal to
Right.
them, and they're generally not happy.
Right. And we know from studies, 80% of women who choose to terminate their pregnancy says they would not have if they knew they had support on the other side. So we just want to be that support.
That's, I mean,
awesome.
it is a reality of
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
If you don't have a place to live, if you don't know where you're going to tomorrow, where the money's
It's
coming
understandable.
from.
When we first started, we didn't start with homes. We didn't have any money. One of the first cases we worked was exactly what you're talking about, Tom. We got called over to My Life Clinic, went over, visited with a couple, and just asked, why are you considering abortion? And she said, we don't have heat. It was like November that year. And we don't have heat. We can't bring a baby home to a cold house. And her partner, who was in the picture, didn't have a job. And we were like, we'll fill your propane tank today. And Mike was like, and I'll help him. He was sitting there, help him get a job. And we did that, and we stayed in contact with him for a few months. And then one day we both got a text message that said, thanks for all you've done. We couldn't have done it without you. Here she is. And there's this picture of this baby girl, and it was $500 of propane. But they couldn't see past that.
It's almost as if
Dude,
saying
that's awesome.
for $500 you could
Save a life.
Save a life.
Well, yeah, because they were just focused on the right now.
Yeah.
And they couldn't see a way past, how are we going to have heat for a baby?
Which if you're in her position, it's like, why are you considering this? It's like, we don't have heat, which is like, duh. Well, because you can't. How can you possibly
And
consider?
that's what she said.
Yeah. Wow, that's really, really something.
You still have contact with them? Like, is that baby still? I don't know if they're still around. If
I
you
don't
get
know
to
if they're-
keep in
there's-
contact with them.
We
kind
do
of
with a
thing.
lot of them.
Okay.
We haven't heard from them. I think they moved from the area, but
Okay. That's still like you literally
yeah.
saved a life.
And we do that, and then at the other end, we've got a lady that we worked with who came to us, was 6 months clean off heroin, had been trafficked. While in rehab, she got pregnant, came to us, didn't have any kind of degree, didn't have a high school diploma, and while she was with us, she got her GED, got a job. After she moved out, she decided to go to college, and we stayed in contact with her for 7 years and helped where we could with books and incidentals. And over that time, she ended up graduating with a double major, now has an MBA.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Works here in Columbia.
That's awesome.
And so it can be the immediate need. If they don't need housing, we can still help with that immediate need, but we can work with somebody real long term. And we just had a lady that was with us for 2.5 years, but she graduated from Mizzou with a nursing degree. So
Wow.
it's the small things all the way out till they're with us for life. You know, even as alumni, we invite them back to things and keep them involved with the new women that are coming in, so they can tell their story.
Man, that's awesome.
Mike, you live in Columbia,
Yes, I do.
and Steve, you live in Jeff City.
I live in Jeff. Yeah.
Okay, which is interesting that
And we have homes in each town.
in both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first was in
Jefferson City.
Jefferson City,
Yeah.
and but the second one, the one in Columbia, is where you are now. Is that the original that you had in Columbia? Is that the first?
No, our first one was a small 4-bedroom home, kind of near Shelter Insurance on Broadway.
Okay.
And just recently, in 2023, we purchased the former Ronald McDonald House off of Keene Street, and so we have a beautiful 18-bedroom home there now.
It's amazing that was able to come around on that thing, and especially where you realize, and the Ronald McDonald House is one of those places that when they put the first one in over on right alongside Stadium, I was there for the groundbreaking. This is how old I am.
Yep.
Then they moved over to Keene years later when they had to grow, and now they're back over to the corner of Stadium and College with an amazing place
Beautiful.
over there. Just amazing. And it's really tough on those families that they have the need, but they do have the need
Yes.
for that. And their need moved on, and that took care of your need also.
Yeah, and that home that we were able to move into, that they had to vacate, seemed like it was designed for us in mind. It's just perfect for our mission.
I want to say this, and I want you to know how real this is, and so that I'm going to ask first before I say it. This originated here, and it exists in mid-Missouri, and St. Raymond Society is nowhere else?
That's correct.
Correct. We do work with people. We've helped start 4 other homes, but we help start in their location, and we're working with people all over the country now to help either start homes or improve and grow.
Are they using the name St. Raymond's?
No.
They're coming up with their own thing.
Right.
Yeah, they have their own thing, but we our staff has been incredible in creating all these resources, so we share all our resources. I'll go and speak. I'll do their fundraising, help do fundraising banquets and that type of thing. But we've just seen the impact that it's had locally, and other places are wanting to do this. And if we can help lead that, we want to be able to do that for folks.
Well, you're really leading, and I go on to sit there and go, here in mid-Missouri, we just have this ability to come up with stuff that's really, really strong in some level of marketing and idea, the operation, the structure. You guys have done that, and I thought this thing looked like it was national, and it's just right here.
It's right here.
Well, hats off to you on that. It's really tremendous that you're doing this. And I'm proud of that. I've never even known of you guys. At least I don't think I'd. Unless at some point I knew you were taking over that house. Maybe I heard something about that at the
We
time.
flew under the radar for probably the first 10 years because we didn't have a whole lot of capacity to help. And anytime we would, broadcast market, we would find more women who needed help that we couldn't quite serve. So we were pretty quiet in what we did because our houses were full.
Yeah.
But now that we have more capacity, we've been a little bit more, recognizable and vocal.
That's awesome.
I think I can see people from a lot of different areas and a lot of different political persuasions seeing the need and the good that you guys are doing and wanting to get involved in one way or another. Are you guys working on? Do you have a job outside of this?
We did up
We
until
did.
yeah. the first 10 years we were giving this what time we could outside of our jobs. I was in the lawn and landscape business for 25 years, Steve in insurance and securities. In 2020 I left my career to come do this full time.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So that's it was, when we started that was never the intention for it to be a full-time job, but through the support of the community, like you said, we have an amazing community here that has allowed us to grow faster than I ever thought or wanted, and it required all of my attention about that mark of 2020. So
When people are hearing the story, what is it that they don't understand about, no matter who they are, right? Young, old, male, female, what is it they don't understand about a woman who feels like she's in trouble, that she has no hope, that she's at the end of she's exhausted every opportunity, and she's pregnant? What is it they don't understand about?
If they don't have family or a community, and they're just alone, they don't have answers. I mean, we've all been in those situations where we've had life happen to us and we're sitting in the middle of the night and what do we do? Well, now they're considering another life here. And how do I do this? And oftentimes, even the people that are in their life are speaking something into their ear That's against what they really want to do. So just like the propane thing, it's like I've got to figure out how to get through today. How in the world am I going to be able to work with a child long term when I can't make today's needs, when I can't meet these needs? So that's one of the things that we always want to impress on these women is when you come here, first just relax, because it's so much stress on them. And there's an easy fix, but they don't want to do that. So it's just relax, and then the program starts.
You say there's an easy fix. You mean
Yeah.
to end it,
Right.
Yeah.
to abort the pregnancy. So they've already made the decision not to before they come to you?
Usually,
Before you're
Typically.
involved?
Typically.
Yeah, the pregnancy resource centers are on the front line, and they're really doing the work of the Good Samaritan and meeting somebody in their time of crisis.
Like My Life Clinic is one, which our
Correct.
church
Absolutely.
supports them. We go do
They're
everything
amazing.
we can. to
They're
do.
amazing.
The biggest thing they're doing is showing the ultrasounds, because I
Yes.
believe the statistic is 80% of women who see an ultrasound of the baby do not
believe so.
terminate the
Yeah,
pregnancy.
I believe so.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
from there they talk to you.
They're doing the consultation with the pregnancy resource centers, and then they refer them to us. And it's not just the PRCs. We take referrals from 42 different agencies throughout Central Missouri over the years of women who need help, and they know what our focus is.
Do you have any
Awesome.
idea how many women you've helped during these years?
Well over 1,000 now.
Oh my
That's
God!
awesome.
That's
Typically now we'll house about 25 a year because they stay with us so long. They don't come in and leave in 3 months. They come and stay for a year and a half to 2 years. So we'll house about 25 a year, but then we'll help another 50 to 60 wherever they're at with financial
This might be
assistance.
totally off topic. Forgive me. Are the women only allowed to stay at the St. Raymond's houses, or do you partner with individuals that have like spare bedrooms or something like that, where you could say
We don't
wait,
do that.
Okay.
But if a mother who finds themselves pregnant or parenting and they find themselves alone, but they have stable housing, we can work with them right where they're at and
Okay.
assist them so they can stay in their house.
Okay.
They
But
can-
from a helping perspective, like for example, if I had a place that had spare bedrooms, that's not a way that I could help you guys. Like to say, hey, they
maybe
could stay
someday.
here.
Right now,
Yeah.
right now we have. We're not full yet, so we have the
Excellent.
capabilities of receiving more women in. But once we become full, we may have to look to options like that, or we have plans to expand and create more bedrooms.
Now,
That's
listen,
awesome.
as somebody who's raised, Deb and I have 3 kids, you don't want a failure to launch. Matthew McConaughey movie.
Yeah.
You don't want a failure to launch. They need to get wings and get out.
Yeah.
How do you make sure these women eventually
Launch.
leave?
Well, that we
Make it uncomfortable.
Well, no.
no.
Hey, Tom. When you're living with 16 other women and 20 kids, it kind of starts to.
That is the launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they typically want to leave before we want them to leave
Yeah, we wanna
because
keep-
of the
But
environment.
we do have a program that is helping pushing them, and coaches. We have staff that helps them in the area of vision, which is what do you want your life to look like?
Yeah.
What is the big thing? And our vision coach is amazing. If they say, hey, I don't know, maybe I can go to college, she'll go, come on, let's go walk campus and give them a view of what this could look like. And she gets them to be uncomfortable, to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
go try new
Raising
things.
their horizons.
Yeah,
to
get
think
them to
about
look a little
something that's
deeper.
not possible.
We got a lady, I just saw her the other day. She moved out and she was working in an office. I said, hey, what are you doing these days? She goes, I'm welding.
Nice.
Well, she got the courage and from our coaches to go try new things, and she decided I'm going to go try welding, and she's
Wow.
a welder now. She's doing great.
It's a great
Wow, that is
living.
awesome. Yeah.
And then so we got vision, then we got planning, and we hired a great young lady from a bank that comes over and works with them on planning money and time and all the steps that it's going to take that vision, and then how do I move that forward?
Well, let's talk about the vision that you guys had. How did you figure all this stuff out? Did you go, we're going to go to Atlanta because they got a place down there we're going to nothing?
Oh, that
No.
would have been smart, Tom.
So instead you're like, we'll just
figure it
do
out as we
this.
go.
We'll just see. It's amazing what God can do with a little yes. It's just
Amen.
like, hey, let's just go. Well, and I'll let Mike tell the story of even the name, because the name was the first thing that got us to go, okay, I think we're on the right track here. So,
Was there really a St. Raymond at all?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Ray
Yeah.
Romano, right?
Right, yeah. Had this great
Similar.
show. Everybody loved him.
Everybody loves Raymond, right?
when
Oh my God.
when after that initial conversation where Steve said, if you want to try something, I'll help you. And I'm like, well, let's do something. So if it fizzles, I can get on with my life. And if it gets traction, we can help a couple people a year. And he said, well, what are we going to call it? And I said, well, if this is going to come about, I want the people who taught me about the love of God and the meaning of life to be represented in the title. And my father's name is Raymond. So I thought, from my Catholic upbringing, I said, I wonder if there was ever a St. Raymond, and I wonder if he did anything along the lines of what we were trying to accomplish. So I did a Google search, and up popped the story. Told me, yes, there was one. He lived in the 13th century. First line, patron saint of unborn babies, newborn babies, and expectant mothers.
No, there's no way.
Yeah. So
There's no way.
name-
First of all,
Yeah.
I can't believe in the 13th century Ray lived down the path in the village, and they're like, Ray's been at the bar again drinking.
yeah.
No,
well,
I mean I didn't know Raymond was a name. But does it
Yeah.
does it seem like it should be that old? That an ancient type of name?
The 1300s. Wow, that's impressive.
That's
I think
amazing.
it was Ramon in Spain.
That's all right. It's about the
but
same
yeah,
thing.
his
But
entire
that's insane that
Yeah.
it would actually work out like that. You know,
Yeah.
that I mean,
Yeah, it was
And
like,
so we
I
just-
think we're onto something here.
So we just took a step, and in the beginning, it was just, again, Steve and I, and we didn't have a home.
Yeah.
But all the women that were being referred to us, the number one need was a place to go and stay, a safe place to stay. And Steve's like, we need to get a house. And I'm like, no way. He's the gas pedal, I'm the brake. I was like, a house is way too big of an undertaking. Let's just slow this down. Let's think about a house in 10 years. And a couple years down the road, a lady came to us at a church function, and she said, I have something that you need. And I said, oh, yeah, what's that? She said, well, I have a home in Jefferson City that my business operates out of. We're dissolving the business, and I want you to have the home.
To have it.
Well, I want you to move in and start using it for your mission, but pay me when you can. So she said, whenever you can afford to pay for it, you can. 6 months later, we had the money, and we paid it off.
Did you really?
Yeah, and then that's about the time we found we were able to find enough money to hire our first staff member, and we found a super volunteer named Shauna Balk, who's now our program officer, and Mary and Shauna started working with the women, and things started taking shape.
Yeah. The
So
program
we just
took off.
Yeah, we just just kind of learned as we go, because we didn't really know if there was a model out there to replicate, so we kind of created it through trial and error.
Let me go back to when you guys met, which I think is on your website. It's like this starts off as like two bald guys walking to a restaurant.
We were going to Air's Pizza every week Wednesday for lunch with a couple other
when
guys.
you were talking about this.
When we were
Yeah.
talking
But you
about
guys,
it.
did you not know each other
We
before?
did. No,
We did.
we had been
Okay.
we had been grouping together for 6 years.
For 6 years. And I've had groups like that too, where we meet for coffee on Tuesdays, or the guys I meet with now is every other Wednesday at Burr Oak. And so you guys knew each other, but you didn't know you'd be to this level.
No.
You guys are
No.
like lifelong partners now in
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing. I mean,
Yeah, this is
so to speak. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
so to speak.
So to speak.
You really wanted to specify.
But I mean, really, it's like Ellis and I partner on several different things together, and in fact, partnerships can be difficult, especially for me trying to put up with him. But other than that, no,
He's not wrong. Ask my wife.
They can be difficult. The fact that you have such a golden, glorious goal that you're moving after doesn't take
That
care of
was-
the fact
well,
that
okay, that's- it's your turn.
Thank you.
That was some beautiful alliteration.
Yeah, I do what I can. I'm trying to catch up with you. I mean, even though you have that you're moving toward, it's the day-to-day is still like, what do you?
Yeah, we just
get
gave
off my case, man. I mean,
Yeah, we just gave it what time we could, and there's never been any really, arguments between us. We just kind of took steps forward, and I think Steve would agree, it's grown much larger than we ever thought it would. And now Steve's really involved in, we call the missionary work of helping it spread. People are looking to us now as the leaders in the industry, and I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Two bald guys.
wow.
I love
It's
that.
crazy.
That is
just-
awesome.
Let's talk about your home lives, if I can.
Sure.
Make it a little personal.
Sure.
Because you're taking care of pregnant women or women who have just had a child, and typically it's their first. Typically,
Typically, but
Not always, but-
not always.
Not always.
Sometimes.
but you guys have never been pregnant yourselves.
Correct.
I want to make sure we establish that. Tell me about who's at home. Are you married?
I am married and have 4 children.
And
ages 22 to 16.
How's
2
these
boys, 2 girls.
conversations with your wife go when you talk about these things? Has she always been a support of you doing this?
She's been amazingly supportive. Yes, I don't think I was telling her this last night, because last night we have the 2 other components of the program are freedom and purpose, which we can touch on later. But last night was freedom class, and I spoke to the ladies about my journey in life and fears to overcome. And I came home and made me realize, I told my wife, thank you again, because from the beginning of starting it, she was supportive, knowing that it was going to take a lot of my time away from the family. And then ultimately the decision to leave my career and do this full time, I don't think I would have done that without her support of, yes, you need to do this. This is your purpose.
I ran over you when you were talking about the kids, but I want to hear their ages again. You've got 4 children.
4 children, 2 boys, 22 and 21, and 2 girls that are 18 and 16.
So when you were getting underway with this thing, these were all small children.
They were all, the family was just starting to grow when we started.
And that could be a little tough on your partner at home, saying, "Wait a second, you're giving your time."
I'm gonna go help all these pregnant women, and she's like, "There's a woman home right now that needs your help."
Yeah. I wasn't always the best husband at home because of the time away, but she was very understanding, and I had to be very intentional to make sure she was getting the time that she needed to. But it was a strain there for a while.
And you know, Steve, tell me what it was like for you at home during these times also.
Well, my wife and I have been married for 44 years, and
Congrats.
yeah, thanks.
That's
and
man.
we got 4 kids as well, 8 grandkids.
Whoa!
So yeah,
All
it's pretty
right.
cool. I'll be home Memorial Day weekend.
Nice.
But yeah, same thing. My wife has always been very supportive. I'm like Mike said, I'm kind of the gas. I say yes to a lot of things, and she just knows that sometimes these things will work and sometimes they won't, and just shakes her head and is like, okay, go try it. And but she's been extremely supportive, as have my kids, and it's just been. I tell people, you know, other than St. Raymond's is probably the thing I'm most proud of, other than my family.
Nice.
And those are the 2 things that are really very excited about and really put my life's work into.
That's
Let's
awesome.
talk about the state of our society right now, and politically speaking, the pushback you can get from doing anything. I can go out and sweep a sidewalk. I could sweep a sidewalk, and somebody could be like, "I don't think that's right."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?"
What, you think you're better than me?
Yeah.
And you don't know what it's going to be. And then what happens is people will come up and they're like, "Look, man, either you're with me or against me. Are you a sidewalk sweeper or not?"
Yeah.
And you're like, well, "Damn, I gotta sit here and like, I don't even know which side you're on. I commit, and we're not talking. We're not actually communicating. What you guys are doing, on its own, isn't an argument.
No.
You're just doing something for somebody that you believe needs some help."
Yeah, it's hasn't been too big a surprise to us that we really don't have any opposition to what we're doing. We try to stay apolitical and just say we're here to love moms and help and support them long term, and really nobody can take any argument against that. So it's been really great to see that in some cases we've been able to actually build bridges and unite people in a common purpose that nobody really has any issue with. And
Can
people
you
ask us-
imagine that by having an open mind, having a determination to do something that's very positive in your community, that you wind up building bridges?
Well, we've had people come up after we've presented, and they'll go, "Hey, I want to help, but I'm pro-choice." Cool. If the mom chooses to have a baby, do you want to help her? Yes. We're golden.
All right.
That's a wonderful reply.
That is
Yeah,
great.
I mean,
But I see the way they might feel.
sure.
I see the way they might feel, and I think there
Absolutely.
are a lot of couples. So we have this kind of like, you with me or against me. There are people that got divorces over the last few years
Yeah.
when abortion became something that now everybody was discussing on a daily basis, and it became this thing.
And it's an important conversation to have, but it's not where we are. We're very intentional about mom, and we know if we're taking care of mom, we're taking care of the baby. So everything is mom driven. The education, the help, the spiritual growth, everything is directed toward mom. Even us as a staff are very aware to, if mom's coming around with the baby, address mom first, because it's real easy to go, "Oh, look how cute." No, address that woman
As
first.
parents, we've all experienced that, right? Like, we cease
Exactly.
to matter when we bring the grandkids home.
But the thing we want
That's
to
a good intentionality.
there's a dignity to them, and we want them to see that.
That's awesome.
That is real. And like that. Like, how'd you guys figure that out?
Yeah.
You didn't read that from somebody else's ops manual?
No.
No, we just finally got to a point where it was like, hey, these women act a little weird when we talk to the baby first. Why don't we address them first?
Wow.
Genius.
Wow.
Genius.
So all these little things, is it in an operations manual for you guys?
Somewhat.
I don't know that
Yep.
that is, but yeah, we've got all kinds of manuals, and we've got books that the women work through while they're with us, and those are the kind of things that we can share with other groups. And
Back in the
Yeah.
beginning, did you ever have the vision that it would get to that point?
No.
with you guys?
No, it was in the beginning. Let's just help them. If they need a place to live before we had our house, let's try to find a landlord who will rent to them. If their car was broken down, let's find a mechanic who will fix their car. It was pretty basic in the beginning. The program, once we got the first house and our first staff members, then the program really started taking shape, and it has evolved over the years, and it's just gotten better and better and better.
But and a shout out to, like you were mentioning here in Central Missouri, big shout out to Columbia and Jefferson City communities, because in the beginning, they've helped us financially beyond dream. But when we first started, we just went looking for resources that could help these women, and we were just pleasantly surprised by the abundance of people that wanted to help in any way that they could.
Wow.
So like Mike would say, we found people that could do plumbing or do work on a car or could do this or could, teach a woman to cook or whatever it was. There were people willing to and wanting to help. And then so that's how it started. And then it turned into this financial situation where the communities have been so generous. We're just so thankful for all that they've been able.
I was tremendously blessed growing up in a big family for a couple of reasons. We learned a lot at home. So to try and understand what it's like for a young person who doesn't know how to do all these different things, I'm like, I knew how to do that crap when I was 10 years old. The other thing is there were 8 kids there. No one had to say, hey, Tom, it's time to move on. I was like, I can't wait. So I understand what you guys are dealing with there. The house that you first had, the one in Jeff City, did you say it was a 4-bedroom? Is that what it was?
5 bedroom, 1 bath.
1
5
bath.
bedroom, 1 bath.
Whoa,
Okay.
hang on. 5
Yeah.
bedroom, 1 bath.
Yeah.
With
all
women
all those
and
women and
kids.
children.
Yeah.
Man.
Shower
I
schedules
have 3
were
daughters
important.
and a wife, and 2 bathrooms is not enough. I'm
Yeah.
looking at like building just outside bathrooms or something.
You know what? I don't blame you if you go outside and use a hose occasionally.
Absolutely.
Some of our moms who lived in that home have come up to see our new home now in the former Ronald McDonald home,
Yeah.
and every room has its own private bathroom.
Oh,
and,
man.
And
Oh.
our,
And
they're
alum-
jealous?
our alumni, our alumni says these ladies today are so spoiled.
So
It was like a hazing thing back in
Yeah.
the day, Now the new ones don't have to go through it.
is that home still part of your operation, the one in Jeff City?
We moved to a different location in Jeff City. We moved into a different home.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 2021, so it's a 4-bedroom home now.
And then
in
a
Jeff
crazy
City.
With 3 baths.
Did you guys have to? Does it have to be in a certain area? Did you have to get it?
We
zoning.
We checked with zoning to make sure we could do what we were wanting to do, and we got a permission from the zoning commission to make
Okay.
sure.
And
All
since
right.
it's
You're
in a-
like, we're an Airbnb that doesn't charge anything, and we're
Right.
not listed anywhere.
Well,
Pretty much.
And since it was going to be in a neighborhood, we went to the neighbors and
Smart.
let them know what we were doing.
That's great.
And they were, concerns that we were able to address, and it
Sure.
was smooth from then on. And
Did they
they've
just
been-
ask for
they've really-
soundproofing for the screaming
Yeah.
children?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
After the first year, the neighbors love them.
they love them.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
They're very supportive of them there. That's
That is really something, man.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
way through. But I can see it could be an issue with some of these things. In Columbia, they were just negotiating and talking about the definition of a family, and I think on its own, I understand the desire to have that and regulate accordingly. I certainly do. But to try and define family is difficult, and you guys are a family right now for these young women.
That's right.
I mean that really
Oh,
is.
When they have
Absolutely.
nobody else, we are their family.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of the program, too, is help them find healthy community so when they move out, they have a healthy support system that will support their new life.
Earlier in one of your discussions, you had mentioned that a young woman had been trafficked. Is that what you said? Mm-hmm. It's important we know we're talking about human trafficking when you say something like that.
Yes.
And we've dealt with it so many times on my show over the years, and the coalition to stop human trafficking here in Columbia. I take it very seriously, and I know with I-70, with Kansas City, we are a hub for this going on, and it happens more around us every day at a shopping center we're driving through than you have any idea.
Yeah.
So
People think it can't happen in Columbia.
Oh.
Like, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
be
there's-
so careful. Good Lord, be careful.
And that's one of the things in talking with people, and of course we never use the women's name, but when we're telling stories, people are like, "That's happening here?"
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
yeah.
it's happening here.
Yeah, and this is how someone can wind up in this kind of a situation. I've got no hope. I've got nowhere to turn. I'm pregnant, or I have this. How old is a child typically if a mother comes to you with a child already? A year old?
1 to 2 years old.
1 to 2 years old.
Yeah.
I saw a post on your Facebook page, some level of donations or a drive. There was a stack of diapers. I mean, a stack of diapers. Diapers are a funny thing. With a wife who's been in child care for over 40 years now in our home, diapers are a funny thing. They fill up, and you got to change them. You got to change those kids at least once or twice a day is what they're going to demand from you. I watch kids go through diapers, and you guys remember, and you guys know now from running St. Raymond's how many diapers a child will go through in a day, a week, a month. It's insane.
And we have, thanks to, again, the support of the community, we haven't had to buy a diaper for the last 10 years.
Really?
Anytime we need, we're running low, we'll put out a message, and diaper drives happen at schools and churches, and they drop them off.
That is remarkable.
So that's another great support that we've gotten from the community.
Do you guys have major fundraisers annually that you do?
We don't do a major banquet or anything like that. We do a couple small dinners, one in Columbia, one in Jeff City each year. It's a pretty small group of maybe 40 people. But our biggest funding comes from a partnership we have with the state. We qualify for a maternity home state tax credit. So any donation over $100, the donor gets 70% of it back by reducing their state income tax.
Nice.
So
Yeah, so it's
nice.
not direct money from the state, so the money comes direct from us, but they do get that credit. And again, 70% credit that goes basically like getting cash money back to apply against your state income taxes.
But you guys get no government funding. Like,
Correct.
that's just that
No,
credit thing.
it's
So
just
we
the
don't
credit.
get
We don't
no
get any
funding,
direct-
no
no
grants,
funding, no
no
grants.
government.
100% donations.
donation funded.
If you guys ever want to start a more of an annual fundraiser, please talk to me.
Oh, 100%.
I'd like to be involved with it, but also there are 1,000 different ways to do something like that aren't being done. They don't all have to be the same way.
Yeah.
And so I would just like to think out of the box and help somebody come up with an idea that can be annual, that everyone's looking forward to and everyone contributes money to.
Yes.
Is it like a lot of other organizations that are in need, and I'm sure you guys are in need, money speaks louder than anything else going on?
Yeah, that's, as Steve likes to say, all nonprofits run on two things: passion and money, and you can't do one with, you can't have an organization
And to
without
quote
both.
the great philosopher Randy Moss, straight cash, homie.
I do like that. So I like that a lot. I said at the front of this thing that we have been talking and joking before we started the podcast. I'm like, this is going to be serious what we talk about, but we're going to have fun and talk about it too, because it is uplifting. And you guys, even if it all stopped right now, the amount of great work you've done and lives that you've changed in such positive directions
for
is-
generations to come.
Yeah. And some of these kids could be now how old since you guys formed?
Graduating high school now.
Cool.
Some of the ones that were first born in our homes. Yeah.
Do you keep up with any of them?
Oh, yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
You really that old?
That's
Yes.
got to be the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
And to have last year I had a girl 13 came up and said, "Thanks for what you guys did to help my mom."
Wow.
And it's just like, oh, doesn't get better than that.
Doesn't get better.
That's really something, man.
Yeah.
You know, we look at Coyote Hill. I'm sure you guys are familiar
Oh,
with
yeah.
Coyote Hill.
Great
Absolutely.
partner.
What a tremendous idea that kids that need a home, they make a home with parents in it with a bunch of kids, and then they made another home next to it. Then they made another home next
Yeah.
to that. What are we up to, 8 houses over there now?
At least,
No more than
yeah.
that. And so what they've done is remarkable. And I
Yes.
know men who were kids at Coyote Hill.
Yeah.
And while they're not my age, they are men who are, I think, pushing 40 now.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
they have kids that are in their mid-teens now. And I know these guys, and they were a child from Coyote Hill. And so I see that happen. And you guys are doing it now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I hope I hope an alumni thing hasn't happened yet. You haven't had a kid that you guys help raise come back to live with you because
Not yet.
they had a kid, right? Okay.
No.
That will happen someday. I guarantee you someday that's going to happen.
It could.
Like, hey, my mom was here, now I'm here. You're like, wait a minute, I was trying to teach you better.
And I'll tell you something. You know, we've had family members that have wound up on the streets. You know, and typically we're talking about some level of a mental illness or a drug addiction or a combination of the two, and we don't always know where they are at that time. And if they were in this kind of shape, some of them have had kids, some of them have not. But I'm talking about some of the young ladies in our family and extended family. I would hope that while I can't know where they are, or they're not going to accept and reach out to me or accept my help because of family issues going on, which happens in every family, I would hope there's somebody like you out there to help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we don't always know the end of the story. Like, we've had some women where, honestly, you know, we have a program and they've had to leave. They've made the choice to leave early than they wanted to by their actions. But those have ended up being some of our greatest success stories, because they'll come back and they go, I kind of blew it, didn't I? And we're like, well, yeah, you did. You can't live here, but you are always welcome here. You're welcome to have the coaching. You're welcome to come to the classes. You're welcome to do all the things. You're still a part of us. Yeah. And so we don't ever know the end of the story. So even on their way out on those situations that didn't turn out the way anybody planned, we don't know the end of the story.
Yeah.
You're still welcome here.
It's a journey for them. So sometimes when they move out, they haven't quite arrived, but 5 years down the road, when we make connection with them, we see that they're doing great, and we were just kind of a stepping stone for them.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, I want you guys to know that, and I usually say this to everybody that comes in and joins us on the podcast, if there's something you'd like to share before you leave, please do. But I want to ask just some pointers for people, like your website. If they want to get involved, what should they do and what should they expect? And also, how does a young woman get joined up with you? Is there some level of an application they fill out?
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to make sure to communicate that. So if anybody out there is listening and needs our help or knows somebody that could benefit from our services, we have an application on the website
Which
that
is
they can fill out.
srshelp.org.
That's
so
right.
St. Raymond Society Help.org.
That's right.
srshelp.org.
srshelp.org.
So go check that out.
And our staff member that deals with intake, her name's Abby. She will reach out to them and set up a time to visit and get to know each other and see if this is something that they would like to participate in. So we've got room. We want to get that message out that we want to help you.
That's all. And my question is, I think this is what Tom led into. I want to know, what can you tell people? Like, what is the best way for people like me that want to help?
Yeah.
Like, what is, I know cash is king.
Besides money?
Other than show me the money.
Yeah.
100% get that. What else is there? I mean, diaper donations, just tell us what else we can do to help.
Again, on the website, there's a Get Involved tab, and you
Awesome.
can sign up to volunteer there. Two big areas for volunteers would be meal preparation. We provide meals a few nights a week for the ladies, so meals are always welcomed, as well as childcare for our evening classes. We always are looking for people to help with childcare. Those are our two biggest volunteer needs, is meals and childcare. But
the website, the website's the best place to go to find out about us, to make donations, both cash and through volunteering. We always put out anything that we need. It's out there on the website. And so, and then the application's all on the site. So that's really the best place to go.
There's a list of material needs that's presented in the form of an Amazon list. You don't necessarily have to buy the item from Amazon, but if there's a pack and play on there, that's something that we need. If you have one that's nice, you can drop that off with us. And
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
I love the sponsor a kid thing too. We do that. We do that overseas for feed a child. I can't remember. But yeah, we do that. I had to stop going to concerts because we wound up with like 3 of these. So I was like, I can't take on anymore, man. I got 4 of my own to feed.
Well, for us,
This
that
is great.
sponsor a kid was something that we didn't really want to do, but we had to do with 17 women. Childcare is drastically
Exorbitant.
needed.
Yeah.
And so we started a preschool, and it's right next to our building, and so that's where our women are able to, they get a a subsidy from the state, but we don't charge them the difference on what it would actually cost.
Oh, wow.
So when we're talking about sponsoring a kid, basically what you're doing is helping to pay for that preschool. So that mom can go to school, can go to
what
work.
A fabulous idea.
That's
and it's
awesome.
another thing you guys never planned in the beginning of this
Oh
thing.
no, we didn't.
Right.
We didn't want to do a preschool. We had to do a preschool.
Which one of you guys came up with the idea first and told the other, I think we need to do a preschool?
Well, we were
It
looking
must
at
be the yes man. Who's
Well,
got
no, we were looking at building a complex when we
Yeah.
found the Ronald McDonald House, and the only thing the Ronald McDonald House didn't have that what we wanted was a preschool.
Oh.
So we saw that in what we wanted to build. They didn't have one there, but Mike, this is the way things worked for 16 years. Mike leaves the driveway, going to go look for a place to start a preschool, takes a right, big for lease sign, the building closest to us.
That's unbelievable.
Anytime somebody questions me on my faith or whatever, I was like, once you have lived in the grace of God and once you have lived in the purpose of God, you can't deny this stuff. Like
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
is-
work otherwise. It's
an
just
experience.
psychotic
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see God move in these
Yeah,
moments.
it's
so
literally
cool.
the closest building to us. Our moms can walk their kids over and back every
50 yards
morning.
away.
I love it. I love it.
Incredible. Incredible. You know, for those people that won't get involved, or maybe they're involved in a lot of other things. I mean, look, you guys,
Sure.
you guys can't do a lot of volunteering outside of this because you got all this stuff going on. I understand that for them. But what a great story to listen to and check out, and it just feels good. And you've got me feeling great about the whole thing.
Well,
so
thank you.
It's
We-
very
remarkable.
It's
very
not on our
rewarding.
website right now, but we did do a movie. And
Oh yeah, what the hell's that all about?
Well, we took it down from the website because we're trying to get it on streaming platforms for the time being.
Where did
And-
this
and-
movie come from?
Well, it came from people not wanting to go to a banquet, and we said, well, let's do an unbanquet, and what can we send
Nice.
these people?
He's already thinking out of the
This-
box.
this
I
is
like
a-
it.
So
this
we
is
did
I
a movie,
like it.
And
a
the-
local production,
And the name of it is?
Alexandria. And you can't see it yet because it was on our website.
He's as
but
bad as us.
But
We're
you can-
teasing
I
over
know.
here.
but we're going to get it back, and
There's
we're going to let
something to
everybody
see,
know.
but you can't see it yet.
Hey, we'll let you know when it's back.
Yes,
But,
please
but it
do.
is.
Please
You've
do.
got a trailer on there.
Yeah.
This is a drama.
Yes.
And it's fully produced.
Yes.
About the life of one of our mothers we worked with 13 years ago.
Wow. And this is not a biography. This is not
No.
a biopic.
Oh, no, this
I mean,
this is a
It's
movie.
movie
I mean,
with
I should say it's not a documentary.
No,
not a
not
documentary.
Not a documentary.
It's
But
actors
it's
and actresses
acting
playing
the
play.
part of Alexandria and the other things
Yeah.
that she was going through, and it's very dramatic. Very, it's
Yeah,
touching.
It's a great movie. I
Yes.
showed up on set one day, and somebody came up and introduced themselves and said, "Hi, I'm playing you in the movie." Words I never thought I'd hear.
Nice. Now, were you happy with the person they picked? To
Oh,
play
it was
you?
like, well, I asked for The Rock, but
I was like, see, that can go bad because they're like, "Hi, Ellis, we got the guy." That's
No,
gonna
they
play-
did-
Meet
they did.
Danny DeVito. Yeah, we were like, "Come on, man!"
no, they all did a great job. All of the actors and actresses.
If
did a
Danny
great
DeVito
job.
was playing me,
Yeah.
they'd have to ask him to stand out a little lower during that thing. Stand out just a little lower during
Tom,
that
I'll
thing.
send you a link so you can watch it. I'll
Thank
send you a
you.
link.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, don't give me special consideration.
Well, we can't put it out in public yet. When you're trying to get it on streaming platforms, they don't like that.
Well, I understand.
But we can get you a link.
Let's talk to the digital guy because maybe we could sell a preview access to it through the website on the back end.
There you go.
Because then it's not
There you
public;
go.
it's paid access,
do
and
like
it's
that.
a donation.
Hey, you know what?
It's
I
a
like that.
donation.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
there.
100%.
I like it.
You guys, this has been so. And
This is
thank you
awesome.
again to Craig Steester for mentioning and saying you don't know about these guys. And I was like, no, but this has really, really been great. I think I'm going to know and stay in touch with you guys for a long time to come.
Please
so
do.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
I wonder
Thank
if
you.
Craig promoted because he said he was in landscaping. That's what he did before. I wonder if Craig helped you get out of landscaping just so he'd eliminate the competition.
Maybe.
Do you think?
He is in landscaping now. It's
Yeah, he
true.
is.
I
Yeah.
forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Just
Man,
kidding,
that's-
Craig. You're the
that's
best.
so. Mike Henches and Steve Smith, thank you so much.
Thank
at
you for
St.
having
Raymond
us.
Society.
This is
you.
awesome.
St. Raymond from the 13th century.
Yeah,
I
and
never knew there
everybody
was
loves Raymond.
a St.
So-
Raymond back there at that time.
That's awesome.
What? I had no idea. I want to make sure I'm clear on this. I had no idea what we would talk about, but
Yeah.
I felt like this was going to be a good idea today. to have
Well,
these
I
guys
felt
on.
like such an idiot. I didn't even look at their shirts when we were. You guys were all talking about like country bands you saw and stuff. I thought they were like bar bouncers or bar promoters or something. And then you launched into child care. I was like, what's happening right now?
You had no idea.
No, and this was so
Well,
so
that's-
uplifting compared to. We've covered some rough stuff in recent weeks.
Yes,
this was
I know.
wonderful.
But this is why
Wonderful.
this is how I do this,
This is
with
why
you.
this is why you like to surprise me so much. I get no text. I get no notifications.
I am absolutely like that. All right, it's time for our Improve I-70 update. Emery Sapp and Sons. Oh, man, do I have some cool stuff planned in the next several weeks.
All right.
Including, no, I'm not going to tell you. Maybe I'll tell you. I don't know if I want to tell you. Emery Sapp and Sons, the Improve I-70 update, and what's going on over there. Last week, I was at the groundbreaking that took place, and there were a bunch of, big shots out to the governor.
Yeah. The other governor.
You've got the governor of Mid-Missouri. That's me. But you got the Missouri governor and the Ford dealer. Yeah. And he was there. And everybody was great. They did a great job. Barbara Buffalo, your mayor of Columbia, was there. Right. Mark Alford, the congressman, was there as well. I want to explain to you what it's like for me to be watching that tent full of people, and in the backdrop is Interstate 70.
Yeah.
Thank you to President Eisenhower for getting that whole thing started up for us.
Well, we just drove to Ohio. We literally never got off I-70.
No.
I went from Columbia all the way to Columbus, Ohio. I never got off I-70.
If we had refuel trucks that came by like some road warrior thing, and the guy would jump out in your car and fill it up,
love it.
You would never stop.
Never stop.
And you'd have a little bottle, and you just pee in a bottle and keep on going.
Who says I didn't?
I don't know about it. But I'm looking beyond them, and I have to tell you, I am walking on a cloud right now because of what is going on with infrastructure and commerce for Columbia, for Missouri, and the nation. When I'm looking past them and I see semis going by on the road, and I know semis piss you off on the highway. Well, they do on I-70 because we only have 2 lanes. We've needed 3 for a long time, and so we're making 3 lanes on there right now. But every semi I saw go by, I'm like, commerce. Business, diapers for a family.
That's right.
There's furniture for someone else that needs that thing. There's gas going by. It's us living and breathing. Is what we have to have. Yeah. And thank you for everybody making this step forward. So I felt great watching it. There's an interesting story about Emery Sapp and Sons that was shared in one of the presentations last week because there were a lot of people from ESS who were there. It's a big undertaking. So going from Rocheport all the way through Columbia, that entire stretch is being handled by Emery Sapp and Sons.
Right.
Emery Sapp and Sons won the bid to do this. Emery Sapp and Sons headquarters are on I-70 Drive Northwest.
Right.
All right.
They're like, it's in our name.
Yeah. and they said when we were putting the bid in, not knowing whether we would win or not, we had kind of a joke going through the building. If we don't win this bid,
we're changing our address.
Well, they said our front windows literally look at I-70.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to see somebody working up and down this highway, adding lanes in both directions. And it's more than a lane in each direction. You need to know this also. There's going to be some areas where we're adding in that'll be a total lanes going through of 10 lanes because we have 2 additional lanes on each side consisting of the outer roads that can't be there now that will be there. Wow. So that's going to be taking place also. So that was discussed. They'd be looking out at this going on, and so they had a little joke. They're like, if we don't win the bid, we're going to cover our front windows so we don't have to look at this. But the reality is they did, and so our local homegrown company is taking care of it. They're
and
doing a great job.
employee-owned, too, which is freaking awesome.
Absolutely. I want to mention a couple of things going on right now, which would be these guys that do all this stuff locally. Right now they're working on the football field at Father Tolton High School.
Oh, wow.
They're redoing the whole thing, and they put pictures out there. It's really, really amazing.
So awesome.
That's cool. And as we update you on things going on, it's getting deeper yet in Columbia as Grindstone is now getting new sidewalks added.
Grindstone already has sidewalks. They're replacing the sidewalks?
There's the different stuff. It's crews began this week working on Boone County Route AC. That's Grindstone Parkway between Missouri Route 163, that's Providence Road, and U.S. Route 63. Improvements to the pedestrian facilities expected to wrap up by the end of July.
Huh, interesting.
The great news is that students are leaving at the end of this week.
That's good.
We need fewer people here.
Yes, very much so.
So leave.
Less traffic.
I want you to know, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
And we really appreciate you, but please go home as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and we'll see you again in August. And you guys are, because you're college age, you're used to hearing this anyway. I don't care where you go, but you can't stay here. So that's the deal all the way through.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That's it. All right, and before we wrap up, you know what it's time for.
Yeah. You ready? You gotta keep your eyes on the crap.
You can't handle the crap.
Looky here. There's a big difference between shit and shinola.
As my great-grandfather always said, Matumba, keep your eye on the crab.
Family Focus Eye Care, and I've told you for a while now, Family Focus Eye Care has a sister company, which is Retuva Medical Spa, and Deb says she's finished with my skin looking better than hers. Now, I don't believe that's the case because I'm an ugly son of a bitch, but she knows that Dr. Rich and Retuva has done some laser zapping on my face. And it's remarkable. I
need to take like snips. If I could go from like every week's show and like just take your face and like go just one right after the other to show the progression, that'd be cool.
I would be getting younger.
Yeah.
As I get older.
That'd be dope.
Retuva has moved, and they used to be right across Broadway, right across West Broadway from us here in our plaza with Truman's Bar and Grill. But they are now right next door to Family Focus Eye Care.
Oh, that's convenient.
So it's their sister location, if you will, sister company. And so they're right next to each other. So Retuva, congratulations on that. And the work you're doing is remarkable, so keep that up. The keeping your eye on the crap, it's sort of literal this week. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Thank you going out to Tom Dresner, who has been a multi-guest or a multi-appearance guest on TTBS.
Yeah.
Which brings me to another point. If you've been on the podcast or my radio shows over the years multiple times, do you get a robe to signify that you're a like the hosts on SNL?
Yeah, they get robes.
And then you got to show up wearing the robe the next time that you're on.
I think a jacket might be more appropriate.
Okay. All right, that's
or
fine.
A hat. Hats are cheaper.
Or a hat. Tom Dresner shared this on social media, so I'll share it with you. To be truly fluent in English, you must know your shits. Now, I'm going to give you some shit, and you're going to tell me the definition.
All right.
But after you get flowing, after your shit gets flowing, I'm going to give you a definition, and you got to tell me the shit.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Now, I don't have to say that one because I won't say the word, but
S-H-I-T?
Yeah, I'm just giving you the definitions, right?
Why won't you say that word?
Have you ever heard me cuss ever? Like,
it's not really cussing.
I'm a pastor.
It's
I don't
not
do that.
really. There's a lot of shit in the pasture. Is that what you said?
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, you said pastor.
Pastor.
Well, there might be a lot of shit in some pastors out there too. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Dog shit. By the way, I have no music bed for this thing. I'm sorry. I should have been more prepped.
Yeah.
Dog shit means what?
Bad, junk, crappy.
Yeah. Very poor quality.
Yeah, very poor quality.
You're already on it.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Oh, that's your lying, making stuff up.
Horse shit.
I think that is still lying, making stuff up.
No.
You think there's a difference between that and the bull one?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
It would be nonsense. Oh, that's a bunch of horse shit. That's just nonsense going on.
Okay.
That's a little
so
more
the bull is lying. The horse is nonsense.
Just nonsense, making noise over there. What's ape shit? Do you know what ape shit is?
Yeah, going crazy. Like your children on steroids.
I like what their word was rambunctious.
Rambunctious.
When's the last time you used rambunctious?
Yesterday.
And are you more likely to... Yesterday?
I love big words, man. I love it. I was teaching my daughters the meaning of the word apropos yesterday. I'm all about it.
Is there a shit that fits that? I don't... True shit? I don't know. Let me work on it. Okay, all right. If you won't say the shit word,
all right,
at least give me the first word that would be in front of it. Here's the definition. Insane.
Bat.
Wow!
Yeah.
For a guy that never says bat shit, you sure know it. Coward or cowards or cowardly.
Cowardly.
Huh?
Scared bleepless?
No.
You need an animal.
This one is an animal.
Rat?
No.
No.
Come on.
Cat?
Nobody calls me chicken.
Oh, chicken. Okay, I don't use
shit.
That one's not in my
But you just said this
vernacular.
one. Here's another one for poor quality.
Rat.
Rat shit.
Yep.
That is rat shit over there. Obviously.
Holy?
That's
I'm not good. Can we go back to where I give you the definitions because I'm doing very poorly now?
That is coming up also. Obviously, it's no shit.
Oh, okay,
no shit.
Yeah. Like you're not lying.
Holy shit would be...
Yeah, just like exclamation.
Mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing,
Unbelievable,
yep.
yeah. But hot shit...
That would be like you're really good at something.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, dipshit.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah.
You are quick on this stuff. You are fast.
I'm only good at this one, though. I can't go the other direction.
All right. That's fine. We'll keep it going that way.
This is such a versatile word.
Yes,
you know,
it's
It's mind-blowing.
That's why you should never consider it to be a curse word. And this list could be a lot longer.
Yeah.
Tough shit.
Oh, it's like tough noogies. Well, you know, rub some dirt on it and keep on going.
Take it or leave it.
Shut up and get to work.
You are so good. Jack shit.
Like you don't know anything.
Yep. Right
don't
there.
Care at all.
And this is the last one, although they only give me one definition, but something tells me it could be, and there are things like this in the world where you say a word and it can mean one direction or the absolute 180 from that thing. Here is the phrase, the shit.
Oh, yeah. You're good. Like, you're the GOAT. You're the top. You're the best.
But it also could mean that's the shit. It's the real bad, nasty thing right there. So
That's
it could be
so
either
fun.
one.
Our language is amazing.
Yes, it is. I think it's probably better than any other language out there.
Well, and I do not use profanity. It's a big marker for me with Christianity or whatever. But the one that truly impresses me is the F word, because it can be used in basically an adjective, an adverb, a verb. Like it's so versatile. It's insane. Boondock Saints covered that flawlessly, where they used it in every aspect in one sentence. It blows my mind.
It was first George Carlin that put it out there, and he was explaining. He goes, "There's something there for everybody." You get you get a little soft to get it started. And you got in the middle, and then you got to come in. But he also, and he started putting it in all these different places. And he said, but it's the granddaddy. When you bring that out, it's like people know now.
Yeah.
And that's why they say, a curse word, a four-letter word, is a sign of an ignorant mind seeking desperately to express itself.
Yeah.
That's not true, because there's a time and a place where you go, fuck it, that's it. That's it, all the way through. And on that note, we're going to say F it. And look, I didn't say it the second time. That'd be taking advantage of it. That'd be in poor taste.
Nice word.
Yeah.
Nice word.
Shit taste, if you will. I left a shit taste in my mouth.
Which animal is that?
Dogs, because they're always checking out their own.
Licking it.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Gotta go.
Today was fascinating and uplifting and a lot of fun. Very enjoyable and informative. Thank you, Ellis Bennis.
Yes.
Appreciate it.